Hello all, my name is Vinod Sardar. I am going to introduce you to a database called KDB plus Q. KDB is not a new database, it's there since long time, but it is very niche and mostly used in financial industries for their data analysis. So let us see what is there in KDB plus. Some analogy between different databases. Let us consider MS SQL Server. Okay, so analogy is this, we might know about Microsoft SQL Server. Similar way, KDB is the database and Microsoft SQL Server is the database. Microsoft SQL Server uses SQL for programming, whereas KDB plus Q uses Q for programming. KDB is a columnar or column-oriented database. It is also in-memory database. Store all data on RAM. It's a time series database. Also, it can be used as a streaming analytics engine. We are going to see one by one what is columnar database and then other terms as well. So for columnar database, let us consider I have a table called employee table, which only has name, age, score as a field. How Microsoft SQL Server will store those field, which is a row based database. It will store row wise. For example, it will store first row A, then 27.9.5. Similarly, other rows it will store onto the disk. Whereas in case of columnar database, it will store the column value separately, like ABC, then 27, 25, 37. That's a one column, and then another column. So what is the benefit that we get using such kind of storage? If we want to calculate the average age of employee using this data, what Microsoft SQL Server will do, right? It will scan all the columns and then get the age column and then perform the aggregation or find out the average age of the employees. Whereas in case of KDB plus Q, it has to just scan the age column and then perform the aggregation or find out the average age of the employee. So what do you think, which one would be faster in this case where we want to perform the aggregation? Yeah, definitely KDB plus will be faster as compared to a row based database. Another thing is KDB is in memory. Okay, so what do you mean by that? So all the data in a KDB is stored onto the RAM for faster retrieval, and that is why we can also use KDB as a caching layer in your project. Okay, let's move. So KDB can be used as a time series database as well. Mainly it was designed as a time series database for the financial industry. So what the time series database is, it is basically designed or optimized for time based storage and retrieval, and it mostly does the data append and all the data all the time series related operations perform, or there is a support for time series related operations. We are going to see that. It can also be used as a streaming analytics engine, like we can stream say stock prices data to our system, and onto that live data we can perform some analytics. So that is the KDB for you. So let us see one by one. Let us see one. Let me open command prompt and let me open KDBQ. Okay, if I create some variable or if I create some table which has name column and age column. Okay, if I close this session and reopen the session again, this table will not be there. Okay, if I do this table, so table is not there. So that is what in memory database is, or it keeps all the data into a RAM for faster access. Now let us see about the streaming analytics engine. Okay, to showcase a streaming analytics engine, what I have done is I have opened three processes. One is ticker plant process, the first one is ticker plant process, second is a feed handler process, and third one is the custom streaming analytics engine. So tick process basically listens to the feed data that this feed handler sent to it, and the custom streaming engine subscribe to the data that tick gets from the feed handler, and then this custom engine perform the some streaming analytics onto it. So for now we are just doing or finding the maximum price of the ticker. So I'll just add some timer to this feed handler process, so it will start sending data to ticker plant, and then you can see that this custom engine is also getting the data and it is printing the max prices. Okay, so this is what the real-time streaming analytics or engine that we can implement in KDB Plus Q. Now to showcase time series capabilities of KDB, what I have done is I have opened three processes. One is a ticker plant process, another is a feed process, and a real-time database process. So this feed process sends data to ticker plant. A real-time database process is subscribed to that data, and it will have that data into this database. So if we see tables, it has trade table, and if I check the count, it will increase. So this feed handler is sending two records for trade table to the ticker plant, and RDB is subscribing to that trade table. Now if we see, data count is increasing for count trade table by 2 as feed handler is sending data. So all this data is getting appended to a trade table. Okay, so that is one functionality here. Another functionality is what we can do if we see it, say first 100 record. So it has time, symbol, price, and site. So if you want to check what is the maximum price of the symbol on the buy side per minute or per 5 minutes. So what we can do, select from trade where side is equal to buy side, and then we can find out the say ticker, say max price by say 5 minute or 3 minute, 5 minute x bar time dot minute by minute. Okay, you can see that every 5 minutes it will show data. If you want to see by every 2 minutes, you can do that as well, or by every 1 minute you can do that as well. So these are few inbuilt functionality provided by KDB to perform some time series related operations.